Morning, guys. Just adding a few people. A few more, couple more pages, guys, and we'll be on. We gotta move these color TV. I have lived behind walls, but that don't make me a rogue. Good thing, guys. PJ, one love. Tamara, how you doing, sweetie pies? Andrew, Lisa, good morning. Mark Mansfield, everybody, is a lad that went to the School of Hard Knocks. I've got a lot of respect for this boy, this man, this lad, this fella, geezer, whatever you want to call him. He's a top man. I went to the School of Hard Knocks with him. He knows where I'm coming from. And he sits back, out of all the kids I went to school with, he sits back and thinks, yeah, mate. Yeah, go on, bruv. Go on, Barnsey, lad. Darren Smith, how you doing, bro? What's the flag for? You joined EDL now? No, my name's Jack Wren. And I'm trying to unite. It's the Union Jack, innit? Jack and a beanstalk trying to get to the top, bro. That's what that is. Never EDL. It's children's rights, innit? It's Ghost Megaphone, man. I just thought I'd cover up the bookcase. And just address you people after yesterday's events. It was amazing. It really was. The gates got closed. When have you seen that court closed? Everyone going through the side entrance. All the press were inside yesterday. They was absolutely, I bet you, they was absolutely chomping at the bit to come out, but they've been prevented from speaking to me. There was that many people yesterday sending the video off to the BBC. They've stopped people sending it to them. But what does that say to you people? Come on. I've just opened them up like a can of worms, a can of beans, whatever you want, mate. Tin of tuna, innit? I just grabbed that ring pull and just pulled it clean off. You're not the rule of law. How are you? Your social cares, hypocrisy, molestation process. I said it all yesterday. You know what I mean? How can they have the brass neck to be carrying out any civil court actions with local authorities? What does that say to you people? So you're not professionals. Because every single one of them should have seen it. They should know it. Or they all taken a blind eye to it. The failing councils, there are kids. I'll never turn on the people because there's not a big outcome. I think government were expecting one. That's why they closed the front gates and was telling everyone to go through the side entrance. They give children's rights the walkway. You guys can't see it. You know? The intelligent ones can see it. A lot of people from YouTube yesterday were going absolute mental on my speech. Because you'll never hear another one like it. And like I said, it was one thing listening to the students on the run-up to yesterday. But to hear the master, you ain't beating it. And you ain't. My heart's bigger. You know, I got a heart like a lion. You know, to do what's best for kids. To do what's the right thing for the future generations of our families up and down this country. It's important that we stop this country going in the wrong direction. People have fled, close friends, people I care about have had to flee this country. You know, set up in another country to stay safe. It's not right. And after all, people only want to be comfortable. I'm trying to create that comfortability for everybody. I'll never turn on my people. But what I don't like are liars. I can't do that. I can't work with that. I can't talk to that. So I've done a lot of blocking this morning. People that have lied to me. I'm not going to have it. I'm just not going to have it. The backbone of children's rights means so much to me. People on this profile mean so much to me. People that haven't been pushing it, I blocked them before the day. I blocked them all before the day. After the day, I blocked all the liars. So I've got rid of quite a lot of people off the profile. And rightly so. That's showing respect to the backbone of children's rights. And I didn't leave you out yesterday, guys. Every single one of you. I didn't leave one of you out. It's speaking for the many, you know, and not the few. Where's Keir Starmer? You can't speak like this and not have the politicians come and say nothing. It just shows you people that the media, where were they? Why can't they report on it? I mean, Jeremy Clarkson's car gets loads of stuff thrown all over it. It gets airtime. The protesters who blocked the M25, they get the airtime. I will never commit a criminal offence to be aired by the media. Is it what they're pushing for? I don't know. But it's not about me and it's not about children's rights. But it's just shocking to hear that Essex Radio and other people are pushing this, you know, giving these kind of people airtime. You know, someone can commit atrocities in this country, murder someone barbarically. It's portrayed all over the media. You know, what do the family think of that? You know, the guy. It's not his job, it's the guy. You know, one man made a choice. You know, he was given a life sentence yesterday. Do you know what I mean? All of a sudden it's turned into the hate the police campaign, and the police are not good enough, and all police are like that, and the media are just stupid to themselves because they need protecting as well. Why would you sit there, you know, and turn a situation? One man made a choice, all of a sudden, to hate men campaigns. It's all about women don't feel safe, this, that and the other. You know? What about the children? It's shocking. Absolute shocking. You've turned the situation of one man making the wrong choice. He's taken an innocent person's life, and it's turned into let's all ask Cressida Dick to stand down. I don't think she should. Because one man's made a choice. You know, she was at court yesterday. You know, she wanted to see him get the heaviest possible sentence just like everybody else. Why all of a sudden is it all, let's all hate on the police, let's hate on Cressida Dick? This isn't right. And the media and the radio stations, they're pushing the agenda. They want women to hate on men and men to hate on women. That's what they want. They want to whip it up. They want people to go out protesting to whip up smoke screens. We're doing it for them by going out protesting in the wrong manner. We're giving the media outlets to report on nonsense. Spinning it, turning it. How can you turn a situation like that to a hate on men, to hate on the police? The police are not doing their jobs. The Cressida Dick should be standing down, la-di-da-di-da. Should all police officers be pulling over women in cars now? On their own, women in cars on their own. Should they stop for police or trust the police? Why are they doing this? One man's made a choice. The wrong choice. He's been incarcerated. I feel sorry for the family. you know, big time. And my family's hearts are with them. But at the end of the day, the media are a big part of the problem in this country. Why are we letting them be allowed to do it? If I was to put a statue of a naked child outside my house, what would my local authority say? Why's the BBC got one there? I'm not going to name who sculptured it, but it's a paedophile. Why is it allowed? Do you know what I mean? Why can't they report on the true stories? You know? I believe in hyperventuality, guys. And sometimes I can predict, or quite a lot of the times I can predict what's going to happen in the future. And I'd like to sit here and talk hyperventuality, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to predict. I'm going to keep it to myself because it's hard hitting. I've said what I've had to say yesterday, you know, for the people. Because at the end of the day, we need to have a service in place. Oh, beautiful, thanks, babes. We need to have a service in place that we can all trust. And we're going to get the best out of it. And that's all I'm trying to do. Hold them to account on their acts, statutes, laws, policies, whatever it is. Beat them at their own game. To just show government and parliament, you ain't sovereign, you ain't professional, you know. There's nothing good about what you're doing. Anyone could walk in there who's lived a proper life and do what politicians do easy. And this is why I say to you guys, there's a second chance for everyone. It doesn't matter how bad you've been. You know, children's rights is children's rights. You take a child's right, you haven't got a right. You know, I understand people make the right choices and commit crimes like burglary and robbery and I understand all that, right? People come out of prison and they do podcasts. And I admire a few of them, right? I know no one's perfect. You practice to be good, eventually you become good. If you see podcasters sitting there trying to convince and trying to run a campaign, they're trying to turn a corner in their lives. They're practicing to be good. And people are knocking that. If they had good guidance, they'd get further because your intelligence levels only takes you so far. Do you know what I mean? And some of the campaigns that are going on YouTube, I really like. I've had to keep my distance because I don't want to be convicted by association. So I've got to be careful what I'll do. Because I don't want to be them putting the finger at me. I don't agree with quite a lot of them. And I agree with some protests, I don't agree with others. What I don't agree with is protests being held in city centres. It frightens people. This is why I don't do it. I've done it back in the day up and down Southend High Street and got quite a lot of support and shouts of encouragement, but to see the reactions on people's faces when they come out the shop and you're on the megaphone and they're not aware for it, it does startle some people. And the last thing I want to be doing in my campaign is be startling people or stopping traffic or stopping people going to work. Or I could, but I don't. I made a promise to a judge that I wouldn't break the law. And this is a judge I hold in really high regard. And I don't see her as corrupt. I see her as one of the best on the circuit. Because this case that she's passed a judgment on, the Misty case, I honour it massively. Honour it. This is a judge that is not fazed. Deals with what's in front of her. And she's given her outcome. It's benefited me, and it's pushed me on to become a children's rights campaigner and fight for the people of this country because the country's going in the wrong direction. These politicians at the hierarchy in the top cabinet, both sides, left and right, they're not equipped. They haven't really got a clue. The standard of politics has dropped massively. You've got people like Jacob Rees-Mogg, intelligence levels. How are they looking upon this? Do you know what I mean? This is a man I greatly admire. Never met him, never spoke to him. The way he speaks, the vocabulary he uses, It's second to none. It's amazing. The history levels, the intelligence levels, they're huge, they're massive, they're astronomical. And this is why I've got so much respect for this man. I might not condone or agree with what he's done or what he does. Some parts I do, some parts I don't. There's good and bad in all. You know, even myself, at the end of the day, we're all human. And we're all playing the same game and no one can cheat. It's up to us to embrace humanity in this country. The politicians, the lords, the ministers, the monarchy, everybody. To get the best out of this country. Because these are our lands. And at the minute, everyone's suffering, isn't they? Up and down this country, everybody. We've got people at the top using the media. It's not good. It's like going protesting, getting thousands of people there, getting loads of donations, and all you're doing on a big, massive stage is defending yourself. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what to say. But what I will say is that I'll never turn on me people because they didn't turn up. I understand how people think and what people... Because I'm a man off the street. Some people are scared, some people can't make it. Some people really want to make it but can't. You know? They're the people that don't lie to me. Do you know what I mean? To say all the promises in the world that you're going to be there, or not sort of promises, but, you know, the way you're talking, all excited, or, no show. It's a feeble excuse. Blocked. You're a liar. People that contacted me and give me an excuse or a reasonable excuse or the truth, I respect that. Do you know what I mean? Things happen. Do you know? I understand that. But this is so serious, guys. It really is. I'll never knock anybody, and you know that. All you people know that I'm not the type of guy that comes online and starts screaming and shouting, where are you all for? You're all full of shit. And it's not me. Do you know? Eventually, you will get the urge within yourselves, and the time will come. And there's going to be no holding you back. Not even your brain is going to stop your emotions from wanting to do with the megaphone, man. Because it'll build on you and it'll build on you and it'll intensify within you. And it'll be like, this is it, mate. I want to be a big part of it, and I'm going to be. And that time will come within you guys. It'll come soon. Yesterday, I empowered a lot of people. I sit back and I imagine people crying at me speaking yesterday. I can imagine people shouting at their tablet or their phone or their monitor, their computer. You tell them, Scars. I watched yesterday's event twice, and I found myself laughing, getting excited and shouting. You tell him, mate, it's me. And this is why I'm speaking, watching it myself. He's right though, isn't he, babes? Not understanding, it's me. Just so engrossed into the speech, into the surroundings. It's crazy how it's panning out, how it's turning round. I'd make a prediction now what I'm expecting in the next 4 weeks. But I'm not going to. But what I will say is, I love my Queen. And I love my country. And I've got the utmost respect for my veterans. They've been screaming far too long to be heard. And like I say, as a children's rights campaigner, the best in the UK, reaching out. In all the injustices in this country, the veterans come first. children's rights, social care. You know, these are the people that should be respected more than they are. You know, to lean on the veterans and who saved us to better for children is the right approach. I've never gone to any demonstrations for veterans, even though I really admire them and respect them, because I don't want to be seen to be jumping on anybody's bandwagon. It's not about that, and I'm not about that. That's why I've always stayed in my corner. I don't want to be seen as one of them. But I give a big shout for the veterans yesterday. Like I said, I didn't leave anybody out. Young or old, veterans, the police, I didn't leave anybody out. The rule of law today has woke up to the cleansing of the UK earth, like a follower said. The heavens have opened and it's just cleansing the UK. Tomorrow, cleanse the UK, clean bit of earth, soil. The rule of law will sit down with Parliament, no doubt, in the coming weeks and try and make heads or tails of what they're going to do regarding social care and the rule of law. Because at the minute, social care in this country is making the rule of law look like hypocrites. And I'll give it to them, I've put it to them on the professional capacity, the best I can actually do. I couldn't have put it no better to them on a professional capacity, because let's tell you people, there's nothing professional about me. I'm just a grassroots family like you guys, just standing up to be counted, stepping up to the plate, you know, and pull people up, and that's all I've done, and that's all I continue to do. I'm just going to sit back for the next 4 weeks, not make no predictions, even though I know what's going to be coming. But what I will say to you people is that I love my Queen, no matter what. After yesterday, we went into the pub opposite the High Court to have a toast to children's rights, and I had a shandy, shivered my head off every time I took a drink of it because I don't drink, guys, normally. But it would have been rude not to do that, because it was a speech and a half. We had either one shandy, beer shandy, and we all had one drink and left. I've just got to say, and I want to say a heartwarming thank you to everyone that turned up yesterday. We went on the Model High Ground and we left on the Model High Ground. Saying less is more. Staying there longer, you just become a nuisance. So, like I said, I want to say thank you to the people that have turned up, and let me tell you, I worship the ground you walk on for children's rights. To take time out to spend your own money and have belief in the Megaphone Man and children's rights. I see you as intelligent people. I feel sorry for everybody that didn't come. In many ways, people that were skinned, people that had money but couldn't get down, petrol, etc., and other excuses. Got to look after loved ones and etc. And I can understand that. You know, there is going to be a time when Scouse Megaphone Man is going to be going to the BBC, because at the end of the day, you can't stand on these British lands and speak on a megaphone for accountability and more professionalism within service, and the media are just ignoring it. I understand that the BBC don't like me, because it's actually run by government. Once there was two people who were a big part of the BBC, a general, etc., and that was Bob Kerslake and Simon Ridley. Millions of pounds of taxpayers' money for a Byfield payoff, you know, the lavish works of art within the BBC. the lavish parties they have at the end of the year. They don't invite us along to look at these lavish works of art, or invite us along to have these lavish parties, you know. You didn't ask the licence pay about the Byfield payoff, what do you think we should do around it? They just did it. The statue outside, you know, the humanitarian historians in this country that are not being addressed, and they should be addressed. The way it's turned on the police all the time, everything's the police's fault. It's just not right for our society, and it isn't. I believe in the media, but I believe in true humanitarian stories, not whipping up frenzies and turning it and avoiding, and you know, it isn't right, and it isn't. Why the media can't come and speak to me and put me on Question Time, put me on a debate with the elite ministers, you know, to show the people that these ministers ain't up to it, mate. This is a guy that's lived his life, no qualifications, a failed looked after child of the state, and the ministers can't hold a proper debate with him because they can't relate. They haven't lived it. They don't know. And when I'm actually holding them to account on a debate, let's see how they're going to react, because it's familiar to us to see these ministers coming onto the TVs, or TVs, you know, onto radio stations talking the way they are. We need to see these ministers on their game. They're meant to be the elite. Put them in front of the headlights then. Let's see how they dance. Because at the end of the day, they're running our country. Why are you avoiding? What's up with you? Do you know what are you trying to avoid? Do you know what I mean? They can't avoid this one. The whole world was watching yesterday. So we're not going to let it soak in. We're not going to go out making a nuisance of ourselves. Children's rights will now relax. You know? I'll just carry on being a dad. This isn't about my ego running around the street going, do you know who I am? It ain't about that. I get quite bashful and shy in the street. I wish people did come up and speak to me, but I think people respect that. I do get a bit, and don't come and talk to me. Do you know what I mean? It's madness, because I'm just like you people. I'm no different. Absolute no different. And the people that have met me, the boys that have met me, the lads, the geezers that have met me, they think I'm true. There's people that follow me that can recognise fake. And these are proper geezers of the UK. And they, from one man to another, to get that respect of people like that, yeah, they know I'm real. Do you know what I mean? To stand up and try and come up with solutions, it ain't easy to do. And I don't know anybody coming up with any solutions on social care, something that we can all relate to. So we need to go with it. But in the meantime, children's rights is going to relax for the next few weeks and just leave the squeeze there. I've squeezed it, leave the tension on it, and we'll see how it pans out in the next 3-4 weeks. I'm not going to make any predictions, but what I will say is I love my Queen. You know? My government, or this government, has got to be on its game now for the foundations. Because the rule of law is the rule of law. The Constitution is the Constitution. Unfortunately for the ministers, they can't stop it. And what I will say is, I've got the utmost respect for all the lords of this country. You know, they do a lot for the people behind the scenes. They do a lot of good for the people behind the scenes, and it goes massively unnoticed. I don't want it to be unnoticed. Do you know? I've got so much respect for the lords of this country, you know, and that's how I'm going to say it. So relax for the next 4 weeks. I'm going to be sitting back, watching what the media do, watching what these politicians are saying, and just see, and look into their eyes when they're speaking, and try and take something from it. Because at the end of the day, to sit here and believe in hyperventuality, you was here somewhere, you was somewhere else before, you couldn't remember. You do get them deja vu moments that makes you think hyperventuality. You know, everybody's chasing these ghost spirits and all the rest of it, and we're all tarot card reading. People believe in it. They're just not clicking with it properly to get the best out of themselves, because we've all got it, people. We've all got it within us. It's up to us to observe more what's around us. You know? We're going to go on to the next part of living forever if we leave this part of living forever correctly. If we, the human species, collectively don't come together and save this part of living forever, there won't be a living forever. Trust me. You know, everything's made of cells. When them gases collided, you know, all of a sudden now look what we got. Run right all the way up. You know, to the life we've got today. We should stop, embrace it and enjoy it and make a service be the best, because everything has come leaps and bounds from the 80s Beatmax video to the technology we've got today. You know, we don't want this planet to become greedy. We don't want the human race to become greedy. It's so important, and we need to collectively embrace humanity and come together to help build these nations back up and give people repatriation programs and the option to go back home. This is the most sensible way to control the migration on this planet and better the children all over the world. Because children's rights, like it or not, it's the reset button. Once it pushes that reset button on social care in this country, other countries are going to look on, see how we're doing, see how we're going on leaps and bounds, and they're going to copy. And that can only do good for children of the world, guys. What I will say to you is, please go round and be nice to people. Practice to be good, like all them podcasters on YouTube. Eventually, you'll become good. I believe in second chances for everybody. If we've got a service as known as local council and the public voluntary services that go along with that, run by people that can relate, impact centres, etc., this country could be absolute amazing. You know, a service run by people with heart, who turned the corner in their life, come out of trauma, come out of long sentences in jail, and they're turning people's lives around on extravagant wages and don't mind being regularly assessed to get them extravagant wages. This is a service that should be put into place, what will never fail. Regularly assessing free all the kids in the care system and the old people, to make sure these old people get the best palliative care and they're not failed on palliative care, with pre-service assessments for them and the children of the care system. You know, it's so important to stop the anger in the youngsters and give all these youngsters in this country avenues to better themselves, you know, to make something of their lives, to have a nice watch, to have a nice car, do you know? I just think that the government are going to look on now and think we're in a pickle, because it's actually hitting a nail on the head, and he's right. I think there's been media at the High Court yesterday were absolutely furious that they couldn't come and film me. I got that impression, because I see a lot of them hanging around by the side gate, or a couple of them, all looking. Barristers kept walking down, looking at the notice on the gate. It was just excuses to come down. They was really interested into what I was saying and how I was putting it across as an unprofessional person, because I'm not qualified and I'm not taught to what I do. It's all straight from the heart, thrust passion for the children's rights. Will it get to the top? Yes. If you don't chase a dream, you will not live it. If you've got a dream, chase it. I love you all to bits, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. God bless. Keep on smiling. It'll keep your heart down.